we're having a problem in the Class C motorhome with the generator. It'll start sometimes it doesn't. Now to start it, you press stop and prime. When the red light comes on, you press this to start it. Now, it's been taken, you sit here 15 times, you gotta press it before it eventually starts. Okay? I can hear it clicking, but it doesn't want to start. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is, I already troubleshooted it. I already figured out what's going on with it. Let's go out there. Okay, the generator on this motorhome, okay, it does not connect to this battery. It connects to the other deck batteries. It doesn't connect to this battery. Okay. And what we did, came around here, okay, and we took the, you can also start it out here, okay, this, you press it, okay, it's just starting to work out here, okay, now it's clicking, okay, to get it to work, what I do is tap on the solenoid, and it'll work. I usually have to do them both at the same time. Okay. So, that tells me it's the solenoid. Now I checked all the connections. The connections are all tight, but it won't start. You fool around with the solenoid, move it around, it'll start sometime. Okay, so what I did, I was worried if it was going to be the starter or the solenoid, and I'm glad it's the solenoid. To change the starter on this generator, you have to pull the generator. You have to pull it totally out of the motorhome. It's got to come out of the coach. Okay. Now, to do that, you take a floor jack, stick under here, you unbolt it, and of course undo all the wires. It's a lot of work, and then you have to drop the whole thing down to get to the starter. So a lot of people are pulling these generators out and getting rid of them, and they're putting inverters and batteries in here and solar panels, and using that for a generator. Well, I like the generator, so what I did, I went to Napa and I got a solenoid. Okay, this is a ST81 solenoid. Okay, the guy over there told me this was the same solenoid. Okay, now what I did, what I'm gonna do, here's the new solenoid. Okay, now it doesn't have the spade terminals like the old one does, so I've got some terminals also, so I'm just gonna have to cut these wires, these two wires that go there, and put these terminals on there, and then just change the other two wires, and it's got two bolts. That's pretty much it. So I have plenty of wire here. I have a lot of enough wire for these two spade connectors to change them. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the same one. If it might not make any difference. This is just like a trigger, but the one on the right is gonna go on the right, and the one on the left is gonna go to the left. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change that, and that should alleviate the problem. Alright, so we'll start if I beat on the solenoid. I tap on it, it'll start. Then it'll quit. See, it's not starting now. If I do them together, if I hold this button down to start it, you hear it clicking, and I hit tap on this at the same time, which I can't do without my tripod. Without my tripod, I can't do it, but I'll tap on that at the same time, it'll start. But I get on the road, we'll stop for lunch, we're out traveling, and we always start the generator for the microwave to heat something up, or run the air conditioner, or whatever we need the generator for, run the microwave, okay? And I'm constantly out here tapping on this and pressing this, pulling the cover off, and so it's been a hassle. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and change and put the new solenoid on, and I'll get back with you and just see if it's it. If it is it, it's an ST81. So let's find out. Let's pull it and change it. Now we've got to disconnect the battery. Okay. Okay. They're doing some work across the street. You can hear the power truck with their bumper, with their backup thing. Okay. The batteries for that generator, okay, well, right here, under the steps. So I'm gonna disconnect the batteries there and make sure there's no power, so we can easily change the solenoid without any sparks. We don't want no sparks flying everywhere. Okay, we're going to disconnect the batteries now. Alright, these are under the steps. Alright, we have two batteries. And what we're going to do is, we're going to disconnect. You always disconnect the negative first. Okay. Now this is the negative coming from the chassis. Alright. It's going to the chassis. And coming in right here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it here from the chassis. The reason why you do that is you don't want any sparks. So while I'm disconnecting this, if I hit anything, okay, it's not going to spark because I'm going to the negative. Okay. Always disconnect the negative first, not the positive. Because if I was to go here and disconnect the positive and hit the wrench touches metal, then I'd get a spark. Right now, that's disconnected. All right, now I'm going to leave this connected to the other battery. That's not going to hurt anything. All right. Now what we're going to do is disconnect the positive. Okay. We have two positives. We have this one and this one that goes into the coach. All right. I'm not sure which one is the one for the generator. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this one, and then we're going to go check. All right, we're going to go check and see if that one's for the generator. Okay, disconnect it. All right, that's disconnected. Now let's go see if that's the one for the generator. Okay. What we're going to tell, of course, if there's no power to the coming to the generator. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's the one to the generator. No power. Okay. Not getting the red light, not getting anything. All right. So now we're going to change the solenoid. Okay, we got the solenoid pulled out. Not completely disconnected yet. There was only one bolt holding it in the backpack here. Might be hard to see. It's like a little catch right here. One bolt goes in the catch, and you got one bolt in the front as far as the mounting bolts. this slides on a little catch, which you don't have to move. And you just undo this one bolt. And it took this little star wrench. This is actually a little ratchet. But okay. Now this one's loose. We're gonna disconnect this. And then these are the terminals that I'm talking about. Now this goes on the outside terminal here, this wire. These two terminals here. The one with the tape on it is connected to this one. Okay, and of course the other one, which is they're both white wires. And this one goes to the inside. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, first thing we're gonna do is change these wires. Okay. I'm just gonna take a pair of these are some Klein strippers. We're gonna strip the wire, and then we can actually tighten them up with that. And we also have this one too to smash the terminal on there. Okay. Pretty simple. Not much to it. All right, let me go ahead and finish this up. Okay, we just put in the new solenoid switch. This was the old one. It had the spade terminals. Okay, we put in the new one. Everything's tight. I had to change these. Notice one is blue and one is yellow. I didn't have two blue ones. The small wire needs a bigger one. Needs a blue one. I didn't have two blue ones, so I took a yellow one. I stripped the wire back where I could fold it in half. I doubled the wire up, and the yellow one worked just great. Okay. Now let's go see. Here's the old thermostat, and this is the one we changed. We're gonna go see if it's gonna work. All right, we're gonna go hook up the battery. Where's our number? Oh, there it is. We're gonna go hook up the battery. Let's see if we did it. See if we repaired it. How we do it here? Repair the generator. Class C motor. Okay, we just got finished connecting the battery. We connected it in reverse. We hooked up the positive. This goes to the generator. Tighten it up first. Then we took our negative to the frame ground and tighten that up. You always take off the negative, then the positive, put the positive back, then the negative. It avoids sparks, like I said before. Okay. Let's see if we did any good. Okay. All right. Hold for prime. The red light comes on. Press the starter. It works. You can hear it. Worked the first time. So I've been fighting this thing for 3 years. Now next it's going to be just to press the button and the starter's going to start. Well, we're lucky it wasn't the starter, because like I said before, you have to pull the whole generator to get to the starter. Alright, let's stop it. Okay, let it stop for a second. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to go back, I'm going to start it from the outside next. Let's see. Okay. Prime. Start. Awesome. Awesome. All right, now let's go out. We're going to go outside to the, we'll go outside to the, and start it on the outside. Going to get down these steps. That did the trick, I'm sure. I'm gonna try to start it here now. Give it a second. I should have primed it first. Let me prime it. Press it till the red light comes on. Well, that's it. It was the solenoid switch. Got it from Napa. How we do it here? Repair the generator.